I've wanted to create a video like this for so long now, probably the last year or so, and I just always had excuses and reasons why I couldn't do it. Even today, I was like, it's so hot in my office here. I'll do it a day when it's colder, but I thought, no, I've got to bite the bullet, record the video, and then it's done. I'll record the first video and then I'm on a roll. Yeah, so I've made like short videos before for my business, which I'll get into, but and I'm okay with that. I've made short videos for LinkedIn and TikTok, and actually for YouTube as well. But there's something about creating more long form content that I've wanted to do for so long now. I wasn't sure what I would be saying, what my angle would be. I always wanted to run my own business. I actually realized that to get into business, it was a really good path to become an accountant and be able to work with all these different businesses and get a really good understanding about how they worked, the business owners, the personalities, to a point where I felt like I had enough experience and I guess confidence to do my own thing, which my first business was an accounting practice, which I set up with a friend of mine. And yeah, from there and just the experience of setting up the business and looking at the branding, looking at the brand name, things like that, just allowed me to use that creativity that I'd kind of kept inside and wasn't able to put out there. So I really enjoyed that process of creating the business and yeah, everything that came along with it. Even to the point of looking at the client experience and how it can differ from the stuff that I'd experienced previously. That was the first business. That's been going for about 5 years now, and it's been such an amazing journey and had so many experiences, worked with some amazing clients and amazing team as well. And then from there, we actually set up another accounting practice, which might sound a bit odd, but the first practice was mainly for established businesses looking to grow and scale. And then the second accounting practice we set up was kind of sort of by accident, because we just one day we realized how many clients we were turning away because there were all these business owners that didn't need this level of support that the main practice was offering. So we said, well, can we take any of the existing team and processes, build another practice, and then just not offer the kind of strategic advisory stuff to keep the costs down for those business owners. And we could do that. So we basically replicated everything, stripped back a few elements, and then so we've got this other accounting practice, which you'll see behind me. Just there, you'll see behind me. Days Accounting. So that has meant that we can now work with a lot smaller businesses and individuals as well, freelancers, a lot of creative freelancers, with the idea that they might start small, but as they grow their businesses, over time they'll need more support, which is where we can come in with the first practice we started, which is Heats and Fences. So the idea is that we can really start small with a business owner, and then as they grow and scale and they might be looking to exit, sell the business, pass it on, whatever it is. So that's been massive for us, and I've really enjoyed that journey. More recently, we set up HV Creative, where it's just another way of us supporting our clients, because we've seen so many of them wasting a lot of money on just bad marketing because they didn't have a plan, they didn't have a strategy. So we brought in a friend of ours who's leading HV Creative and kind of utilizing us and our business and processes and system, the team, to further help our client. So yeah, that's been a really good addition to this sort of group that we've created. And I guess that was a really long way of me saying that I felt like now was a really good time for me to kind of make these videos and share my thoughts and experiences from setting up the business day one to kind of where we are now. And hopefully that can help other business owners or people who are looking to start a business. Because I think a lot of it comes down to personal experiences as well. Because having these businesses and kind of being on this journey has kind of opened up other opportunities for me personally as well. You know, things like I wouldn't have been able to buy my own house, you know, get the new car, go on holidays, things like that, which, yeah, that's all material things. But I guess I wanted to share kind of my own personal experiences and ideas rather than just the, you know, how to set up a business 101, which I could always make a video on that later on, but I didn't want that to be the main focus. So as you can tell, I can be quite a big overthinker. Like I said, you know, it took me about, I'm not even kidding, like 3 hours to set up this video, not even record this video, just to set up and be ready to start talking in front of the camera. Because it's new, and you get scared, and, you know, imposter syndrome and all of that kicks in. I'm thinking, what happens when people see this video? What are they going to think when my friends see the video? And that's the same when I've done, you know, shorter videos as well. And, you know, I got over that. You just record it, you put it out there, and then forget it. And I just don't know why it took me longer to create a long video. But yeah, I think I just put it down to it being new, and new can be scary. You know, even though, you know, I've set up multiple businesses now, and I've spoken on stages, given presentations, done talks, panel talks, and that's not like I'm not trying to big myself up there, but I often think about that I've done all those things and I've spoken in front of crowds, and it took me so long to just sit here on my own talking to a camera, and that was the scary thing. But yeah, I guess because it's a new thing, so I'm really hoping that this will be the first video of many in a series of, not quite sure yet, bit of business, bit of life experience. Hopefully I can share a bit of my creativity in the videos as well. So for now, I won't go into too much detail about individual businesses or kind of projects we're working on. I'll probably leave that for later videos where I can go into a bit more detail and kind of try and give as much value as possible. I'm thinking I'll just leave this video as a bit of an introduction. Hopefully you get a kind of a gauge of what I'm like. And I hope to share more of that and be able to give more of my own experiences and kind of my own thoughts and ideas around what I'm doing. And a big thing for me, you know, with starting these videos is I was watching a load of videos from other content creators on YouTube, and a few of them said the same thing about if you have that feeling of creativity and you don't do anything with it, you suppress it, and basically the fact is that it's just not good for you to kind of suppress that creativity and do nothing with it. So this, I'm hoping, is going to be my outlet to be able to do that, because sometimes, you know, even in business, when you're creating things and creating brands, sometimes you kind of have to stick within certain sort of guidelines almost. Not that we're like strict with ourselves or anything, but there's certain things you can do, certain things you can't do. So I'm hoping this is my way of kind of sharing all ideas, like good and bad stuff that we said no to, ideas that we threw away because it wouldn't work. And also, you know, just the fact that, like everyone, you know, I consume content every day for hours, right? So I wanted to kind of stop consuming so much content and start putting my own stuff out there.